guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're well. I am assuming, because you clicked on this video, you are looking to remove any debts, any negative blockages when it comes to money, and obviously to learn how to manifest money, prosperity and abundance as quick as possible. Because of how well the video did last time based on manifesting money, I thought I'd show you 3 brand new ways on how to do so and how to prevent any negative situations when it comes to money in the future. So as always, we're going to have 3 different spells. First one, easy peasy, easy peasy, easy peasy. Second one is going to take a little bit longer to do. The third one, a little bit longer, but will obviously reap the best results. And as always, you can do all 3. You can just do 1, you can just do 2, it doesn't really matter. As long as your intentions are there and they're crystal clear, then there is nothing stopping you guys from manifesting as much money as you want, and also getting rid of those pesky debts that, let's be honest, none of us really want to pay, but we have to anyway. So without further ado, let's manifest like a witch and get further along that financial freedom road. Let's banish debt and bring money into your life. So first off, paper and pen. What I want you to do is get 2 separate pieces of paper. One of them, I want you to write down how much you want to manifest into your life, how much you want. It doesn't matter, it can be as big a number, it can be a small number, I don't really care. Just go with what you want to go with. At the end of the day, as long as your intentions are crystal clear, that's all that matters. And then on the second piece of paper, what I want you to do is I want you to write down, I banish all debts, all money issues, or something along those lines, pretty much ironing out all your money problems. So write them down, but write them down as though it has already happened, because if you write it down as though my debts will disappear, then because you've already said will, it's like you're waiting for it to happen. So write it down as though it has already happened. For example, my debts have completely disappeared. It's as easy as that. So you have 2 pieces of paper, one of them with how much you want to manifest, and on the other one, what you want to get rid of, essentially. So first off, on the one you want to manifest, your $10,000, I want you to get hold of that, place it by the entrance of your home. It can be under your welcome mat, it could be on the door frame, it doesn't really matter. Put it near the entrance of your home, because this will help bring the money into your home. I told you, this is easy. It's easy. Easy witchcraft. We do simple, plain and easy witchcraft. Second one, your banishing one, I want you to get hold of your piece of paper and then a little bit of chili and a little bit of salt. So all you need to do is sprinkle it on top and then get hold of your lighter and set that shit on fire. Because when it comes to setting things on fire, yes, it can help with manifesting and bringing things into your life, but it can also help with banishing. It honestly depends on how you're going to discard it. So with this, we are not blowing the ashes to the wind, because we don't want to welcome in more debt. So what we're going to do is we're going to burn your piece of paper and then literally just throw it in the trash. Like, that's it. That's literally it. So you've now banished debts and money problems, and you also put a note out to the universe that you want money to start coming into your home. Easy peasy, you're welcome. Okay, number 2 is going to take a little bit longer, a little bit more fiddly, but it's not that big of a deal. So what I want you to do is to get hold of 2 chime candles, or candles in general, but if you have chime candles, it'll be a lot more easier. So chime candles, do I have any with me right now? Yes, I do. So chime candles look like this. Most people use them in spell work. So they're not big candles, but they're little ones like this. They normally burn for about an hour, and that's about it. So what I want you to do is I want you to get hold of 2. So if you do have different colours, perfect. If you have specific colours, even better. And if you only have white, that's also completely fine. So what I want you to do is get hold of a black candle, because black candle is for banishing and getting rid of, and to get hold of a green candle, as this helps bring in prosperity, abundance, money, all the stuff that we want. But if you don't have either of them and you only have white, that's also completely fine, because white can represent any colour going. So sometimes it's easier just to have white candles on hand, because then you don't have to buy all these different other colours. But if you do have them, great. If you don't, it's fine. So what I want you to do is we're going to do a cord cutting spell. So a cord cutting spell is essentially severing energetical and spiritual ties to what you want to get rid of. It doesn't really matter. So in this case, we want to sever ties with bad money problems, with debts, with, let's say you're rubbish at saving, that sort of thing, anything negative when it comes to money, we want to cut ourselves from that. So what I want you to do is get hold of both your candles. It'll help if you have like a sturdy base, so you can either melt the bottom of your candles a little bit with a lighter and stick it onto a plate or side, it doesn't really matter. Or if you do have something like a cauldron, you can fill that full of salt and use that as an anchor for your candles. And then after that, what you can do is you're going to get hold of a piece of string and tie one candle to the other. So don't tie them like this, because then that's a binding spell. Tie them like this with the string dangling in between, because this string here is going to be your energetical cord tying you to the issues that you have. So as the candles burn, so does the cord and so does your ties. It's easy peasy, easy peasy. It's just a little bit fiddly when it comes to tying the string around it. And then you're going to light it, and then as the candles burn, you're going to allow the candle to also burn the string in between the two. And this is you cutting your ties with money problems. Easy peasy, easy peasy. We do easy witchcraft, like I've said, because who can be asked to do big massive rituals every single day of the week? None of us, exactly. So once the tie has completely cut and it has burnt, do allow the candles to burn fully, because this allows you to completely complete the spell. Because I just feel like if you have candles that are halfway burnt, it's like, have you really completed it? In my eyes, I don't think so, but if it works for you, that is completely fine, because at the end of the day, witchcraft is your own personal journey. Mine can be slightly different to yours, it doesn't matter. So, as your candles have burnt down, you can then discard of it however you want. Say if you did put it in a cauldron of salt, you can keep the salt, you don't really need to chuck that. But if there's any little bits of candle left, literally just discard them in the bin. We don't want to bury these because we want to get rid of it. So we want to essentially get any remnants away from our home. That is another like symbol. It's also symbolic of removing debts, removing negative energy and all that sort of stuff. So that was number 2. Easy, 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 easy. Right, third one. Also pretty easy, I'm not gonna lie, they're not difficult. You need a lemon and you need another couple of bits. You also need a glass jar. You also want a piece of paper and a pen. Easy freezer spell is what we're going to do. So this is going to put a stop to money issues. It's entirely up to you how your intentions are, what you want to do when you're writing down your intentions on this piece of paper. So for example, you could be like, I want to put a stop to all debts, all future money problems. I don't want any more money problems. I don't want this, this and this. Like, that is completely fine. Write down with what your gut is telling you, but pretty much write it down as though it has already happened. So freezer spells are designed to put a stop to anything as long as they are in the freezer. So water and everything that freezes around your spell, this is what's essentially putting a stop to everything. So as long as it's in the freezer, you're fine. So for example, getting a little bit off on tangent, and I don't know, I've still got the lemon in my hand. If your boyfriend, girlfriend, or if your ex has been absolute arsehole and they're pissing you off, put them in the jar, put them in the freezer, and they will stop. It's as simple as that, but in this case we are using it. Gosh, this is why I don't sit there playing with things in my hand, because I just drop them. So in this case, as I was saying, we are putting a stop to money issues. So let's say you keep losing your card, you keep losing money, or you've got like bad habits when it comes to money, like you go gambling, all that sort of stuff. This is going to put a stop to it. So what you're going to do is you're going to get hold of your lemon, you're going to cut it in half, and keep both halves obviously, and then a sprinkle of salt and a sprinkle of chili. On the piece of paper, write down your intentions, fold it up. As you're doing so, fold it away from you, because that is like removing something. In this case, we're removing shit and banishing stuff. We don't want to fold it in towards us. So stick that in between your lemon halves and get a tiny bit of twine and tie it all back together. Shove it in the jar. Just make sure if you are using a glass jar, make sure it's freezer safe, because sometimes when the water's in there and it freezes, it obviously expands and sometimes it can burst. Not a good idea. Things like mason jars are also great. If you don't have a jar, use a plastic bag. It doesn't really matter. A plastic container, whatever. Honestly, it doesn't matter, as long as the water freezes around it and you've got something to keep the water in and the lemon in, you'll be fine. Just go with what you've got. And once you've done that, literally pop it into the freezer and completely forget about it. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, you've already done what you need to do, and from now on you will not have any money issues at all, I promise, as long as your intentions are clear. If your brain is all over the place at the same time, the likelihood of it happening is probably going to be a little bit less. So getting focused on your intentions is where it's at. Okay, so that was the 3 spells. Easy peasy. There are a couple of different ways you can also... I've still got this lemon in my hand, guys. Like, I don't know. It is going down. Now that you've done your 3 spells, you can do 1, you can do 2, you can do all 3. But I'd say if you're cutting ties, I'd say maybe they would go quite well together then. So if you cut ties with money problems and then you also freeze money problems, I guess it's kind of like a double whammy situation. But otherwise you can bring money into your life is, as always, sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon into your morning coffee. I was thinking of in your intentions, you can create a money spell jar, you can create a money bowl. Honestly, there's a long list of different things that you can do. If you want to know how to make a money bowl, video is here. Feel free to check it out. And I have currently got a sale going on my website. It will be live for maybe like 12 more hours. So if you want to get 25% off everything on my website, feel free to have a little look. Website link is down below. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will be back soon with more spells and more witchcraftness, because that's all I ever seem to do. So I'll see you guys later. Bye.